Yep, here we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Narik Chase channel. I'm your boy Narik Chase, and in this video, me and Madam B are going to be doing an episode of Character Ranker, but this time it's going to be on the 2017 incarnation of It, who is portrayed by Bill Skarsgard. And let me go ahead and put this on for you. Got it right that time. Yeah. But anyways, I ain't even had this thing on. I hope it registered. But anyways, what was I saying?
The last video, did it catch?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We've been doing this the whole time.
Man. Now we was talking about ranking the character of Penny. Oh my lord! I left the notebook over there. Go ahead. Let me grab it. What are your thoughts on it?
Pennywise.
The 2017 version.
Well, of course, he's much scarier than the first one, of course.
I wrote down a little notebook of ideas, so when we do character ranking, we can kind of go by a sheet or something like that. Honestly, this version of Pennywise is just fucking hands down badass. Dude's actually pretty scary. He's creepy. He's a hell of a lot more spontaneous than the original. Look, I like Tim Curry too, but this guy does bring something different to it. That's like it's like when Robert Englund played Freddy Krueger, and then Jackie Earle Haley played Freddy Krueger, and Jackie Earle Haley was more serious, a very darker Freddy Krueger, and I like that. And in this one, Pennywise is darker, and I like that. I don't care what nobody says. I did write down 4 categories for these. What are they?
Let's see. Character, casting, design, and role.
Okay, so the character, like, what did you actually think about the character of Pennywise in the film? Besides the fact that he was badass and more scarier.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I actually like the character because of that kind of weird, that weirdness that he does have, where he has these moments where he acts kind of like a kid, and then he gets really dark right afterwards.
Well, start off like that. When he was trying to, what was his name? In the beginning, the little boy. What was his name?
Was it Georgie?
Yeah. When he called Georgie over there, he kind of, Pennywise, or it, kind of had a look on his face, like you said, like a kid. He was like, and then his teeth didn't make it no better. He was drooling.
That I love that drooling thing they put in that. Well, I listened to the commentary on it.
They said that the teeth was, and they just left it up in there.
And
the teeth made him drool.
And they were saying the director liked it or something like that. So,
they just left it up in there because it was like trying hard to keep it in, not fall out. Like, yeah. He kind of had like a childlike, like little facial expression when talking to Georgie, like he was like wanting to be his friend and everything, and then he just got all sinister.
Like they kept it to where he was kind of like he was fun, but he was dark at the same time. Like what was the one part? The black boy's getting beat up. What was happening? He's over there eating on a hand. He's like, I'm like, what? Like he was goofy and stuff. And I do like that about the character. Yes, he was pretty dark. One of the other parts that I thought was pretty cool was when he was messing with the boy with the sickness.
With the asthma.
No, not that part. The part where it was the leper that chased him to that house, And then when he turned around, it was Pennywise with all those balloons.
Okay.
He was like,
this one, this little picture right here, something like that.
oh, let me see. Oh, nah, because remember they had the house behind it, but it looked like that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, like, that part was pretty cool. I thought he was pretty badass in that sequence right there, too. But I love the fact that the movie, they took him, like, he's serious in this one.
Mm-hmm.
He is serious. And the part where we knew it was going to go, everything was going to go left, is when he bit that boy arm off. So, I really did enjoy that about him as well. Did you like how he was kind of messing with them?
I mean, yeah, that's what fear is. Just keep messing with you until you just snap.
Alright, I ask you this then, because we'll get onto that and then probably end up just going all over the place with it. What do you think of Bill Skarsgard's performance as a character?
Well, I don't know much about him except from this movie. It's like with the makeup on, I'm with him without the makeup on. It's like, nah, that ain't him, because he don't look like he could play. No, from what I know. Stop shaking your head.
That's not.
With putting on your head. To me, it didn't look like he could play a kind of character like that. But then with the makeup, I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm going all over.
Because I've seen him in Hemlock Grove, so I've seen him play like he plays kind of like a withdrawn kind of weird guy, but it kind of gets laid on to where he's kind of, I don't want to say bloodthirsty. He basically plays a vampire.
Oh, okay.
And then like, but from that series, I could see him playing something like this, and he actually nails his role. I know the first thing everybody was saying was he's not Tim Curry. Look, we're not asking it got to be Tim Curry. We want him to be Pennywise.
Well, we know what roles Tim Curry played. They're goofy and
he's like the first Johnny Depp.
I guess.
Because Tim Curry does tend to play these like kind of like weird character roles that are very eccentric and kind of over the top. And but I really did like his performance as Pennywise.
Yeah, he's very good.
And I like the physical aspect of it. I heard in the interview they was talking about how he had to be physical for some of the roles, things that he did, and I could kind of see it. Like the part where he was in the water, he was in the basement in the water.
Yeah.
And he's like like that. Which when I saw it in the trailer, I'm like, that scene's gonna be lame. I sat there and watched it the movie. I said that scene was pretty cool. So I really like that. And I do love that he does have that mixture of humor and danger. Like when he was talking to that sick boy when he had those balloons, he was like, "Won't you come here? We all float down here." Then just kind of smiled afterwards. So I was like, "Wow." Even there's a bit of fun with the kills, and I'm going to go to the asthma part, because that scene was my shit right there. He was even playing with the boy, not like playing like having fun with him, but actually like fucking with him like he was doing it. And it was the boy started slapping him, and then he's like, ah. I love that part of the movie. He did that role. But I do, like I said, I do like his character. The character itself and the performance was hands down like the best. Okay, what do you think about the actual design of the character?
Well, I like it, better than the first one. It had his like design, like in clothing and everything.
Like it's right there. Yeah. Now going to Tim Curry's. Yeah, Tim Curry had a more modernized look. But
I like how they did the
down
the eyes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I thought it was weird that he had kind of like a fat head. Now I'm not saying it's like bad, but it's like his head was like, he looked like Predator because he had the big forehead and then the hair was like pulled back and stuff. And there was the one sequence in the movie where they showed him he looked like Chucky because he had his hair all out to the side. But if you don't notice, like on his forehead, it looks chipped, like chips in it or ridges or something in it.
Like
it's cracked. Yeah. Like I thought that was pretty interesting too, and the choice for him to have kind of like this older like design clown costume. Yeah. Do you think that was a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, he's old, so not the regular clown costume would do. So you go back a little bit from Pennywise the dancing clown. I mean, you really don't catch clowns wearing like that, anything like that.
Like I said, it's not like a nowadays. That's like something that'd be like in the 1700s.
That's what I'm saying. He's old, so I like how they took it back like that with the ruffles. They dressed like that back in
back in the day and everything. I think it was an interesting costume design, and I guess it's maybe in a way you could say, well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Because maybe to him it makes sense to wear that because nobody it's effective for him to get kids that way. Like, it ain't like no kid walked up to him and was like, man, that's whack, bro. Ain't nobody gonna be want to be your friend. You wearing that, and then just walk off. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that, but I don't know. I think it was a pretty interesting design.
It was more.
And it did make him look creepy too.
Yeah, I would say more creepier. I mean, you see a clown wearing a regular clown costume. Ooh, a clown. Now you look across the street and you see something like that and how it was dirty and everything.
Yeah, I like that faded look that they had to it too. So that was pretty cool as well. I could say I actually thought the designs weren't bad. Now, what did you think about the whole teeth thing?
I did like the teeth thing.
I like the whole presentation, like when he got height and his jaw and stuff kind of got bigger, and I like the fact that in the design, the costume and makeup and all that stuff, it feels like it's like he's wearing a mask. Because when you notice every time he opened his mouth and was going to eat somebody, it seemed like the mask was getting pulled back every single time. That's like when his eyes rolled up. It seems like his mask was getting pulled back. And like the scene when he showed the girl the deadlights.
Yeah.
Like that scene, and all you see is that mouth. That was weird, but it was cool. Like if y'all go back and watch it, you'll see every single time he went to go eat somebody or something, he opened his mouth. It looked like he had a mask on, and it just kept getting pulled back. But then when he go back to it, as he closed his mouth or whatever, it set back in place. So I thought that was interesting, and it also makes you think of him not as not fully as a shapeshifter, but it's like he's wearing the clown costume as like a disguise rather than actually being, you know what I mean? So I thought that was actually a pretty interesting thing that they put in. And if you don't know, in the movie when he's talking to Georgie, his eyes are blue. And then when Georgie gets to reaching in to get the boat back, they turn yellow, and then the rest of the movie they're yellow.
Wow, did not catch that.
Yeah, like that. The yellow is supposed to, I guess, represent the deadlights in his eyes. You can't look at the deadlights because it drive you crazy. Well, some people. There have been some people that went kind of like a coma. Or in a daze, but those were more in the original miniseries. All right, so Pennywise's role in the film. How do you think that it was done? Was it too heavy-handed? Could have used some cutbacks? Was he not utilized enough in the film?
No, I think they gave him just enough screen time to make it feel like there's going to be another one. Not just putting it all together and mashing it all together. Like, okay, there's too much of him in
Yeah.
this. You're not concentrating enough on the kids. Not doing this. Not doing that. It's just enough for both sides.
Yeah, I think that they did a great job of his role in the film. He was meant to be scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did do that, and I will say yes. For a few nights, I was scared.
Wow.
Like the one scene that he did that I really enjoyed, but it was really creepy, was the scene where the black boy looked in the slaughterhouse or whatever it was after the door, and the people were like, "Help me" and all that stuff, and you see his silhouette, and he just kind of turns around, his eyes are glowing, and he's like. Like that part was really cool, but it was kind of creepy too. So and okay, what about like his abilities, the way that they utilize his powers?
And to scare them.
And just like his shape shifting and all of that stuff. Did you want to see more of him like utilize his super strength or something like that, or um, like I liked his shape shifting powers. I thought they would utilize pretty good, and they did do some throwbacks to the original too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one part where he was about to eat the boy after he got out the fridge, and then the other two kids went up and then they all came together while he was there, and then he grew that hand. His hand turned into some claws.
Mm-hmm.
That was supposed to be a reference to the werewolf scene in the book, and in the other movie, which I thought was pretty cool too.
I like the part where they were watching the film.
Yes.
And his hair, it was kind of going out his face, and then it's like slide by slide by slide, like inch by inch. I like how they did that.
Yes. Yes. And like that scene right there was, and Pennywise is one of those characters, and I love the way they used it in the film. He can be on you at night. He could be on you in the day, so you're not safe either way.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they utilize it, like I said, the one boy was walking home, then the leper showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Which that shit was gross. Damn it.
Was in the library.
That scene was creepy. You jumped on that. That one was.
Walking down
and like I said, I love the way that Skarsgård did with the character. He was like kooky at some points and stuff like that. And one of the parts that I like, he made the funniest face when he captured the girl and he was talking to her. He was holding her up or whatever, and she's like, "I'm not afraid of you." He was like, I love that. I love that. Why the hell have we not bought this movie?
It's like not too much humor, but it's just enough on the side. Humor, horror. They said the second one's gonna be just he's gonna blow everything out the water. I'm like, dang, what they gonna do?
Okay, so what? As far as Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, what would you rank him as?
What is like out of what, 5?
Yeah.
Oh.
The hell you looking at?
I was looking at it was these little clips showing of the movie, and I kind of jumped at one of them. Oh, well, in this movie, because I really don't, know him like that, like outside.
In the books or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I haven't read the book yet.
Well, in the movie, just 5 out of 5. He did a fantastic job, I think.
Yep, as a great representation of, and like I said, I only read I think what was it, the first chapter? No, it wasn't even the first chapter of the book.
Mm-hmm.
But from our understanding of Pennywise, since we haven't read the book and we watched the original movie, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 5. Now, I wouldn't mind coming back and comparing notes after I read the book, but as right now, Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise gets a 5 out of 5. So I guess that's it for our take on the character of Pennywise.
I guess that's it for our take on it.
That's actually a good one. There you go. There you go. All right, then, guys. In the comment section below, let us know what are your thoughts of Bill Skarsgard as Pennywise. Did you like him? Did you not like him? Feel free to leave your thoughts down there. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what's going on this channel. And stay tuned for more videos here on Thursdays. Till next video, though.